What's that? Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs?
Hey guys, it's Chris here, back in the building with the Week 10 NFL playoff picture. So guys, I hope you're doing well. Obviously, it is Week 10 now. We are officially past the halfway mark of the season where all the teams have at least played 8 games so far. But let's see what has changed this week in the Week 10 playoff picture. First things first, I do have last week's Week 9 playoff picture on the screen. As you guys can see, there are only 12 teams on the spreadsheet. However, for this week's spreadsheet, I have extended all the teams. So all 16 teams are included on that sheet. Secondly, you guys will notice on the bottom left of the spreadsheet is the various codes that stand for the status of each team in the playoff picture, because there will be some teams that will eventually face elimination from this year's playoff picture, and at the same time there are 7 playoff positions that are up for grabs in each conference. But who will take them? We just got to find out and see over the next few weeks. And last but not least, we have different teams occupying this week's playoff spots. For the sake of this video, I'm not going to keep it too long, but some of the major changes from week 9 is that the Titans are the current AFC South leaders, displacing the Colts. Next up, we also have the Tennessee Titans now occupying the 6th seed, as a result, swapping with the Colts. And last but not least, we have the Cleveland Browns occupying the final spot, which is the 7th seed, with the Dolphins sitting just outside the playoff positions. Meanwhile, in the NFC, the Packers now hold the 2nd seed, with the Saints holding the 3rd seed, because following the Saints thrashing of the Buccaneers, the Saints are now in control of the NFC South. On another note, the Bears also sit outside of playoff contention. Anyways, moving on to this week, let's see who holds the 7 playoff spots in each conference. The top 4 division leaders of the AFC consist of the undefeated Pittsburgh Steelers, followed by the Kansas City Chiefs, the Buffalo Bills, and last but not least, the Tennessee Titans. As much as the Pittsburgh Steelers look to have a stranglehold of the AFC's top seed, plus an undefeated record, let's not forget, the Chiefs will still be sneaking up on the Steelers, whereas the Bills and the Titans, it could be a lot closer in determining who will make it as the 3rd and 4th seeds. The Ravens, the Colts, and the Dolphins, who have swum in contention, no pun intended by the way, but the Colts, as we all know, they're in a mighty battle against the Titans for the AFC South title, but that could be crucial as we could see who ends up hosting one of the games on wildcard weekend. As for the Dolphins though, who have surprised me in recent weeks, have managed to seize the 7th seed away from the Cleveland Browns. Could they do damage in the playoffs? Well, we just got to wait and see over the next few weeks. The top 4 teams in the NFC are the Seattle Seahawks, the Green Bay Packers, the New Orleans Saints, and last but not least, the Philadelphia Eagles from the NFC East. Or should that be least? I don't know about that one, guys. I think I'm going to leave that one to you. The 3 teams that are occupying the wildcard spots are currently the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, despite the fact that they lost heavily against their division rival, the New Orleans Saints, last weekend, followed by the Arizona Cardinals and the Rams, who managed to take the final wildcard spot against the NFC North Chicago Bears. By the way, guys, unlike last week where I did a fantasy prediction of the playoff predictions, I have written them down on the screen right now, as you guys can see on the right hand side of the spreadsheet. However, what I will discuss in the week's videos and from here on in is some of the key games that could very much decide who will make the playoffs. If you guys saw my video on the Week 10 NFL predictions on Wednesday night, you would have seen me predict the outcome of the Bills-Cardinals game, the 49ers against the Saints, and last but not least, the Seahawks versus the Rams. For me, those are probably the 3 biggest games of the week when it comes to determining the playoff picture. My predictions for the 3 games are on the screen right now, and I'll start off with the Buffalo Bills against the Arizona Cardinals. And could the Bills deal a blow to the Cardinals' playoff hopes? Well, I'm predicting yes, but only by 4 points by 24-20. However, this could be huge for the Buffalo Bills, given that they could solidify the third seed in the AFC, avoid being fourth seed and taking on the very dangerous Pittsburgh Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. And will the Cardinals be left flying without wings come the end of the playoffs if they lose a game like this? Maybe they will at this rate. The second of the big three playoff games is the 49ers against the New Orleans Saints. And arguably, this could be a make or break game whether the 49ers make the playoffs or not. But if the 49ers lose this game, it could be costly for their playoff aspirations. And I'm expecting that to be true, given that the Saints should beat the 49ers 31 points to 15. However, the Saints arguably need to win this game as well, given that they'll have the Buccaneers breathing down their necks, and arguably the Saints do not want to be travelling on the road in this year's playoffs. Finally, my game of the week, the Seahawks versus the Rams. Obviously, I have the Seahawks predicting to win 31-14 against a very inconsistent Rams side this season. However, the Rams have proven in previous seasons to be a thorn in that Seattle Seahawks team, but this time round, I don't see it happening. However, if the Rams do win, can they make a late charge for this year's playoffs and potentially shock a few other contenders along the way? Well, I think they could well do it, but it ultimately depends what Rams side we see on the day, because if we see that Rams side that managed to make their Super Bowl 53 run despite their loss to the New England Patriots, then yes, they very much will have a chance in this year's playoffs. Guys, as always, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to check out my Week 10 NFL predictions in 2 minutes, the video is right here. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe to my channel right here. And until next week, guys, peace out.